The Glory was so good that it managed to land in the top 10 for Netflix TV shows. At the end of part 2, it seems that our two Avengers of Justice are working on a way to fulfill Yeojung's revenge, with Dong-un now becoming his headsman. But since we have no idea whether a season 2 or a part 3 is going to happen, let's revisit some of our favorite moments from the show. Here are the 5 most satisfying revenge moments of The Glory Part 2.
Number 5, Hyungnam's husband is run over. This wasn't part of Dong-un's revenge, but it was set in motion early on when Hyungnam agreed to help her. We knew that everything Dong-un had to do in terms of revenge would have to be methodical, calculated, and most of all, be free of culpability at all costs. And it was satisfying to see all the plans come together and culminate in one fell swoop, with Yunjin's mother being implicated in combination with achieving Hyungnam's wishes. She got what she wanted, and Dong-un facilitated that en route to her revenge. It was cathartic to see that even through her own hardships, Dong-un remained the master of revenge.
Number 4, Detective Shin's demise. The crooked cop who's been taking care of Yunjin and her mother's crimes all this time finally meets his end. It was him who covered up the investigation for Sohee's death to begin with. And you would think that after all of his years of being the security blanket, he'd be smarter when it came to dealing with Dong-un and her schemes. But when he decided to preserve Myung-ho's body, he gave Dong-un and Yeojung the perfect scenario for Yunjin to take the fall. And there was nothing more satisfying to see his own men do the deed.
Number 3, Doyoung pushes Jejun to his death. It's not often we get to see someone on the sidelines get their own justice. For the longest time, Doyoung had been a pawn and oftentimes was taken for a ride by Dong-un's plans to revenge Yunjin. So justice was compounded by Jejun's actions in wronging Dong-un and Doyoung at the same time. Dong-un had achieved her revenge by taking his sight away from him, and Doyoung by taking the final push. You love to see it when everyone involved gets some sort of justice in a genre where it is usually one or the other that gets to metaphorically pull the trigger. Number 2, Youngran's final blow. We had all been led to believe that Yunjin was the one who killed Myung-ho. She did deal the blows that would eventually kill him, but it was none other than Youngran who dealt the final one. Suffering years of torment under their bullying, it's crazy to think that she'd end up working for them too, especially for a guy like Myung-ho. That death blow almost seemed like a small moment of justice for Youngran after all those years of suffering.
Number 1, Hunnam slaps Yunjin. Oh, this was just so satisfying. Our very own Sherlock went through some tough abuse from her husband, hanging on a thread to make sure her daughter is safe and sound. It was definitely a nerve-wracking moment when Yunjin found her in that parking lot, where she proceeded to bully and humiliate her even more. But man, with this scene, when Yunjin herself is at her wit's end, it almost felt like we all won in this moment. I feel like I felt that slap, but really, it was a collective victory for everyone. In any case, that is it for us, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Leave those comments below. What were your favorite revenge moments in The Glory Part 2? Leave us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, tap that bell so you know when we post new videos, and once again, this is what we're watching this Sunday. We'll see you next time.